Welcome. Today our guest is Eddie,
Hi.
and Eddie has some back pain that he's hoping we can help with, but he's got a whole different reason for having the back pain, and I thought it'd be a really great, interesting example for you. So tell us about why the back pain.
Well, I had physical jobs all my life, but later in life, when my 40s, I was diagnosed with a rare bone disease called Paget's disease of the bone. It's a degenerative disease. It occurs in men 50 and over of European descent, and it's very painful, and I started feeling pain when I was about 55, and I went for treatments, and it was really well. And it's just recently now I'm starting to get the stiffness again and a few little pains here and there. And I'm just trying to get ahead of it before it gets back to where it was, where I was crawling on my hands and knees everywhere.
Gosh. Okay. So hopefully we're going to be able to add a different layer to his back being able to work a little bit better. So I'm Kara Lindell. I'm the founder of the Bridging Institute, and the bridging technique comes from my unique background as a movement specialist and a systems engineer. And normally with our process of assessing and analyzing and then resetting some muscles, we're dealing with injuries or medical procedures, maybe a surgery, and or something early in life, like from birth. Well, this is none of that. It's actually kind of an inherited thing, so genetics. So it's kind of under that category of illness, but a little, not the virus kind of illness. So what we're going to do is the same thing we always do. We're going to see how he's moving standing, sitting, laying down, what matches, what doesn't match, and then pull out a couple of peanut balls and see what we can get moving again. So you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so just stand. I'm going to hold at your shoulders. I'm just going to move you a little bit, a few different directions, because I want to know kind of how do your legs feel like they move. And because so he's got a tiny bit of movement, but it's kind of like if we're thinking of a TikTok, it goes like this much instead of this nice big flowy. And that side to side and turning. Don't help me, you're helping.
Yes, I am.
Everybody wants to help. Okay, so turning is actually it's pretty good. Does that hurt at all?
I mean, I do in my lower back feel a little stiffness.
Okay. And then we're going to go forward and back. Oh, nope, not
No,
bending forward.
sorry.
Yeah, so you may not. Oh, he doesn't move forward and back. Okay, so now we know what direction is causing more of an issue. Eddie, sit. And then I'm going to come behind you. I'm going to check the same things. So we're going to go side to side. And I can really feel it's the lower back where it feels like it kind of grips. And there's no turning now. So any turning that he was doing when he was standing, which was quite nice, was coming from the legs. And forward and back. You are so stiff in that lower back.
Oh yeah, it's really something. When I bend over to pick something, it's terrible.
Yeah. Lay down on your back.
Okay.
And just gonna see how legs and arms are. Okay, let me do it. Nice. See how they're interconnecting. Awesome. Left leg's just a smidge better than the right. And then arm, I'm just gonna wiggle it. Nice. For all the heavy lifting and jobs that you've had, your arms are actually really good.
Oh, that's good to hear.
That shoulder could be just a little looser. Feel how that one lifts up? Yeah, the right one doesn't. Bring your knees up and give them a hug, if you can. Good. Let's see how. Okay, and let go. So did that hurt?
I feel the tightness in my lower
Tightness,
back,
okay.
yeah.
But you moved, so that was
Yes.
actually good. All right, I'm going to grab an arm and a leg, and I'm going to see if I can move you in the core. So again, just let me do it. So what's interesting is lower moves a little bit easier than that shoulder. We weren't tuned into the shoulder. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Okay. So left side is a little bit more jammed up than the right. And I am going to come back around. Let's see about shoulders from underneath, not moving, a little bit moving. And let's just see what your head does. It's got just a tiny bit of movement. It doesn't feel like it's like locked up. I'd love more, but at least it's got a little. Eddie, are you okay to turn on your stomach for a minute?
Yes, of course.
Okay, turn that way. Perfect. And okay, his hip doesn't want to move, and neither does that one. The left one's tighter. And I'm just trying to rotate those guys. They're not going anywhere. Let's see how your lower back does. Alrighty, does not move. And then your shoulder. Okay, so it does move backwards because I was trying to get it to move frontwards, didn't go. And the left one does. So very nice. Eddie, how do you sleep? Do you sleep on your side?
I try to sleep on my back, but I usually wind up in all kinds of different positions on my sides, and then I wind up on my stomach as well. So I'm
you
a
end up
mover.
sleeping like this sometimes?
Yes, I do wind up sleeping like this sometimes.
Interesting. Are you okay with your head like that for right now?
Yeah, I am.
You know what? I think, actually, wait, can you push back up on your knees? Like crawling kind of. No, lift up on your shoulders. Put your hands underneath you. Push up. I'm going to put these underneath your...
Okay.
See? There we go. Okay, then you can lay down. So your neck will be a little bit easier. So by putting him on top of the peanut balls, keeps him in this nice long supported alignment, but gives some ability to move and some support to his core. And we're going to take a couple peanut balls, the little ones, and just hold and just add a little bit of motion. I'm rocking back and forth because he moves back and forth, and just letting the movement kind of relax and open up on its own. I'm not trying to force anything. Genetically, the bone it's swollen, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so I'm just moving down a little bit. And what's interesting is as we're going, I actually feel his breathing start to become a little bit more expansive. So that's really nice because the motion of the breathing expanding the ribs is what keeps all of this more open after he walks out the door and goes home. Here we go. Okay, look at that. He's starting to move. Again, with bridging, what we're doing is trying to match up how muscles are working together. And where they're not working together at all, just trying to add a little bit of motion and support so that they can relax and start connecting into their network. We want to work from a position that is comfortable, that is also one that is familiar. So we find that sleep position is a really common, nice, easy position to be working from. And breathing is what? Oh, Patty, do you feel that?
Mm-hmm.
His whole lower back started working a lot easier. Whoa. And all I've been doing is just kind of going to different places on his side.
And the stiffness feels much better as well.
Oh, yay. Stiffness feels better. And so the support from these little peanut balls also helps the muscles of the ribs, because I'm holding the ribs. It helps those relax, and as they relax, they can reposition ever so slightly along the spine, and then the spinal muscles. There's a lot of different muscles along the spine. As those relax, they create more space, and then you get some movement back. There. So I'm gonna change gears a little bit because you were so limited on how your leg would. Okay, relax. I've got it. I want to see if his leg can move a little bit more easily with some support at the lower back. And So I'm gonna hold his leg up with mine, and wow, that just relaxed all the way down to your hip, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm again just still moving the same area, and then letting the muscles, the big connector from this area into the thigh is the psoas, the iliopsoas muscle. It connects the diaphragm from the lumbar spine into the femur. It is one of the muscles that flexes our leg, and when it's tight, it keeps us from extending. There. Okay, so can I lift? Oh, that just got super easy. Let's check the other one and just see if it, because of the other changes, wow, Patty.
Yes.
I don't know if I need to do much with this one. I'm gonna prop it up just for a sec. Sorry to show my back to the camera, but so I'm actually holding with this one instead of moving and letting his leg kind of open up the muscle that connects into that lower back. And there we go.
Oh my God.
So he's starting to be able to get some frog leg motion. There. Okay, so let's see if they're pretty similar to each other. Oh my gosh, one-handed I can lift either one of them. Your knee bends really nicely. Let's just see if everything is even. So there's not a ton of movement here. And it's more, he gets more in this direction. So let's just kind of go with it a little bit. And there. Okay, so before he was moving down here, this mid-back is starting to move more. I want to make sure he's equal, and there, that evened out. And this right shoulder was tight earlier, so let's see if that loosened up a little bit. It's on its way. There. I wonder if you had some kind of injury with your right shoulder that you just don't remember.
You know what? Maybe I have.
Or who knows, when you were like 3 years old, some kid in the neighborhood whacked you with it.
That's very possible. I have brothers, so.
I don't think anybody with brothers ever gets escapes without damage. Okay, tell you what, push back up on your knees. I'm gonna get rid of these. All right. And lay back down. I wanna see when you're flat. Whoa, how about that?
Yes.
And let's see if I can lift his legs. Yes. Does it turn just a tiny bit? I'll take it. And this one, and it turns, yes. And is your shoulder still loose? Yes. Yeah. This one, it's saying, hey, how about me? All I'm doing is stabilizing in the mid-back and just kind of rocking back and forth to refresh the motion. And so this is pairing up the muscles from the front of the shoulder and the back of the shoulder. The pectoral muscles are a big part of that, and then they impact the bicep. There you go. Oh, that's better. All right, roll back on your back. Let's see how we're doing here.
Oh,
You rolled over really easy. Wow.
It feels better, yeah.
Oh my God, it's like so light.
Mm-hmm.
Same. And just move a whole lot easier. And then move there, and you move here, and arms are good. Yeah, nice. So I'm a little curious if you can bend your knees up and grab onto them. Do you realize how easy that was?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, put them down. Okay, an arm and a leg. I'm going to see if I can roll you toward me. I love it. And let's see about the other side. It worked. And, you know, let's check and see if your head is moving more easily. Because I'm going to bet that it is. Yes. Oh, wow. That is so much easier. So all the tightness in your lower back was actually impacting
the tension is gone and
yeah. So sit up. So when we work with people that we haven't met before, there's usually 2 questions they have while I'm checking. And it's how long is this going to last, and what should I or shouldn't I do? And just go about life. You kind of have some physical things that you do in life. So just do what you're up to and what you normally do. With your, hopefully as your back is moving better, you feel better, you'll be able to do more.
That sounds great to me.
And how long will this last? So here's the thing that we never know with genetic conditions is, are we taking big steps forward and we just meet and take the next step forward? Or do we take a big step forward, your system kind of regroups and like comes back a little bit? You're probably not going to be where we started.
Right.
But come back in a month and let's see.
I'm looking forward to it,
So
definitely.
Stand up and let's see how you're moving when you're standing. Wow, is that so smooth?
It is. It feels much better.
And then turning. It's actually got more control to it. Okay, so I could not push you forward and back. And now you've got a little bit of forward and back moving. Yeah, I'm using my backhand to, in the small of his back, just kind of push forward and back. That was terrific.
I feel
So the good news is you have no big injuries, no surgeries, we're not fighting against any of that kind of stuff. It's just whatever is going on because of the Paget's disease.
Paget's and the arthritis and all those stuff.
So, so what we saw was supporting it and just allowing some movement to start happening, just open up some more. And so hopefully in a month we'll check in and we'll see where you stand. So those of you at home, give Eddie a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. This was a great example to show you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate
You're
everything.
so welcome. And thank you for being here to watch. If you want to come be a guest, let me know. If you want to come in because you have some pain you want to get help with, you can find that information in the show notes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.